2026 is here and you clicked on this video because you promised yourself that this year would not be like every other. This year you're going to actually stick to your goals. Get the job, get the house, get the dream body, find your husband. Girl, same. You are in the right place. You're in the right place, baby girl. In honor of it being literally the 1st of January, I thought I would share everything that I'm going to be doing this year to make this year not like the rest, because 2025 was not it. I am determined to have the best year of my life. So this video is going to be me telling you everything that I've decided to do going into this year to achieve everything that's on my dream board. And I am very confident that I will. I have spent weeks carefully planning how I'm going to set this year apart from all of the rest. A lot more intentional with my goals, habits, and then I'm going to tell you other habits I've created for myself, split down into daily, weekly, and monthly. So let's get straight into it. First thing is goal setting. This is so key because you could have all the productivity and motivation in the world, but if you are not being intentional with what you want, girl, it's gonna be a waste of time. I know everything I want to do, but I do not have clarity on anything that I want to do. And I'm gonna give you an example as to what I mean by that. For example, let's say this year you want your dream body. What even is that? What does that even look like? What habits do you need to be doing for that to then happen? When you actually have some clarity into that and you say, I want to have a dream body, but now you're saying, I want visible abs and I want 40-inch glutes. Beautiful. You can then be like, cool, I gotta get my ass in the gym. I need to be doing glute workouts. I need to be training my abs. I need to be looking at what I'm eating. Another issue I have had constantly with goal setting is I am a hot mess. No shame. No shame. I have so many things that I want to achieve and I want to achieve everything now. So something I've learned the hard way through multiple burnouts. You can't do everything at once. You can do everything in time, but you cannot do everything at once. Okay, so some goal setting behaviours that I'm going to be implementing. 2 main behaviours that I'm implementing to stay on track consistently throughout the year and not fall off track in February. The first is splitting my year into quarters. This is a literal life hack. Like, this is a game changer and this is something that I will never not now do. And the idea behind splitting your year into quarters is you have 4 years in one. I don't know about you guys, but at the moment I feel like time is warped in life. 2025, it went like that, but it also felt like the slowest year ever. And I can't quite get to grips with time of things at the moment. Not sure if that's just a me problem. To help with this, I have created a structure for myself where I split the 12 months into 4 lots of 3 months, and every 3 months it's like a mini new year. I'm going to explain this a little bit further. I will decide what I want to focus on and what my goals are, and I'll focus from Jan to March, April to June, so on, so on. I like doing it like this because I feel like there's a lot less pressure to get things done, and if you fail the year, you've only failed 3 months and you can just try again in the next 3 months. And the other good thing about this is, let's say you decide to try something from Jan to March. What happen then in March, before you go into your second quarter, is you'll be able to look back at everything you've achieved in those first 3 months. And let's say you didn't achieve what you want to, you can then sit and reflect on it and adapt and refine those goals and then bring it into the second quarter, rather than just trying, failing, waiting for December and then saying I'm going to do it again the following year. And that's something that's helped me a lot, so it's definitely something I'm going to be keeping in my plan for 2026. I'm going to use one of my biggest goals as an example. So one of my biggest goals for 2026, I'm going to tell you pretty much all of them, but one of the biggest ones for this example is starting a YouTube channel. Voila. It's something I've put off for years. I've posted on social media consistently for a long time, but there's just something about YouTube that I've just been repulsed by, apparently. So here we are on the 1st of January filming a YouTube video. I spent the end of last year doing so much research on how to actually start a YouTube channel, what the videos should look like, and just cool tips and tricks from people who have been doing it for a really long time and made a lot of success on YouTube. I promised myself that I would give myself a 1-year commitment. There was this girl on YouTube and she was talking about how she gave herself a 1-year commitment. Nothing crazy, just 1 year to post consistently. After that, if she wanted to stop or it flopped, then she's got no commitment to continue. And I really like this idea, so it's definitely something I'm going to be trying this year. I take organisation and prep, which are things I have been doing. It's something I really want to do it. What's quite good about this quarter years is I can really focus on different things in each quarter. So for example, this first quarter, Jan to March, I'm really just going to be focused on posting loads and loads of content and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. I can then reflect at the end of March what has and hasn't done well. It might be that I found my editing takes me too long. So I can then sit and I can research some good apps to use or better methods or look up a course. I can do something, and then going into the second quarter, I can improve on it. Whilst I'm on this topic, if you are new here and you have taken any value from this video so far, I would really appreciate the support. Like, subscribe, tell me what you'd like to see more of on this channel. I'm so committed to helping women achieve the best quality life for themselves possible, help them build confidence, really sustainable health. I'd absolutely love it if you join the community and help me make my big girl dreams come true. Let me know what you'd like to see more of in the comments, and I will get on it. Second goal setting hack I'm implementing in 2026 is vision boarding. This is something that I do every single year. I physically can't not, if not it like stresses me out. I'll be really clear with this, because vision boarding isn't just finding pretty photos and sticking them into a collage. There is a process to it. It really helps me. It really allows me to visualize what I want my year to look like, really have that tunnel focused vision, and just be on my grind. Towards the start of the video, I spoke about being more intentional this year, and that's what dream boarding is. You have to be intentional with the things you want to achieve. And so I've broken down vision boarding into 4 main steps that are really easy to do. So the first thing you are going to do before you make your vision board is something called a reflection audit. It's going to be you reflecting on the year that you've just had. Really recommend going onto Pinterest, typing in reflection journal prompts. Pick a few of those and answer them. It will give you really good clarity as to what's been going on up until this point. If you don't know what has and hasn't worked, baby girl, nothing is going to change going forward. The second step into vision boarding is doing your aspirational prompts. I'm going to be dialing into the future. So we're going to get really clear and intentional on the goals we're setting for this year. What's the number one thing to focus on? And that's something I'm drilling into my own brain, because like I said, I get so overwhelmed. I give myself so many things to do. I'm really taking this approach, and I'm really trying to just pick one thing at a time and go all in on it. You can look up aspirational journal prompts and again answer some of the questions so that you've got a little bit more of an idea of what it is that you want to do. Third step, which is my favorite, and this is brain dumping. So before you put any pictures anywhere, you need to be really, really clear with what you want. Using the journal prompts you would have just written, you should have a little bit more of an idea now. But now we're going to dial even further. So you are going to get an A4 piece of paper and you are going to make a brain dump. In the middle, I like to write my alter ego name, or Abby 2026. Write your name, not Abby, unless your name is Abby. Anyway, and you are going to just write down all of the things you want to achieve. I subcategorize my goals just so that I'm touching on different areas of my life, because otherwise if I've got one really big goal that I want to focus on, it kind of overrides everything else and then I forget about other things I want to do. I like to categorize my goals into health/fitness. So that would be anything to do with like the gym, eating well, steps, sports, that stuff. Finance/career, so money, your job. Do you want to get promoted? Do you want to learn to save more money? Do you want to change your career? Mental and emotional health. Like last year, I tried to read 12 books in 12 months. That went under that goal. social and relationships, so any places you want to go, any countries you want to see, any concerts or people you want to make more effort with. And then the fifth, I do a spiritual one because I'm very spiritual. However, you could do that as religion, you could do that as just a misc category for anything else that you don't know where it belongs. But if you can subcategorize your goals and fit them under the different headings, you know that you're going to be working on all aspects of your health throughout the year, not just one. And the fourth and final step to creating your vision board is finally actually making it. So now you know exactly what you want. You should have some really clear goals in mind. You're going to get a Pinterest account up and you're going to start looking at photos that symbolize the goals that you have on that paper. And you can then start collaging them and make a really pretty canvas and collection of photos. Look at it and it ignites this fire in you and it makes you feel excited. I already made my vision board. I did it at the end of December for January, and I've made it my lock screen and I've made it my wallpaper on my computer so that I'm always staring at it, and it just really helps me stay motivated. Moving on from goal setting, another thing I'm going to be bringing into 2026 is my health. I have a really bad habit of not treating myself like a client. All my clients get my undivided attention, constant workout support, constant nutrition, mindset health, check-ins, all of this amazing stuff, and I actually don't give myself any of this, which is really bad. I do work out consistently, I do eat clean, and I do have healthy habits in place, but I don't think I treat it as seriously as I would a client. That needs to change this year because my health is just as important as everybody else's, which I'm coming to terms with. This year I am my own assigned client, and this is what that means. So firstly, I'm going to refine my own fitness goals for going into this year and be really clear on what it is I'm training for, what I want to achieve. Sometimes I just train just because it's the habit, but I don't even know what I'm working towards. I'm just doing it. So I want to be really clear on what I'm working on. I want to be refining them consistently, so constantly updating my program just like I would for my clients. Track my progress more precisely, so take a new set of progress photos, re-step on the scales, see what all my measurements are currently, and then I'm going to be doing it every 4 weeks so I can see improvement. The second thing I'm going to be doing to become my own client is I'm going to have a proper program that has an end date so that I update it more often, because I will just create myself a program and I will just let it run until I get bored or I decide to impulsively try something new. And I think that if I was a little bit tighter with it and I was consistently updating it the right way, I think I would have achieved more last year. Third and final thing I'm going to be doing to make myself more of a client this year is have clear habits to maintain alongside my program. Cardio, stretching, abs, my nutrition, water, steps, progress updates. I want to make sure that I'm consistently doing these things and that they align with the program I've made myself. This is going to be an entire another video because I could go on to this topic for days. But there's a lot of useful information within this that you guys would really benefit from so that you can create your own workout program, see effective change quickly and sustainably. The next thing I'm going to be bringing into 2026, not just being my own client, but being my own student. I'm not a teacher, however, we're never too old to learn, and I feel like school's really traumatic and it takes the fun out of learning and it makes it feel like a chore and then nobody wants to do it. However, I do not agree. I feel like it can be fun. So this year I'm going to be my own student and I'm going to do a lot more learning, constantly be learning new things, reading more Substack articles, listening to more podcasts and TED Talks. I always want to have one book lined up. I also want to attempt to make my own personal curriculum, which is going to be another video. I've seen so many people do it and I think it's time. If you haven't heard of this, it's basically your own syllabus. I was thinking of filming myself make it because I've never done it before and feel like it could be fun. So I'm going to video myself picking my topics, deciding how to structure it, finding and gathering the resources I'm going to be using to learn from. If this is something that interests you and something you would like to see, let me know in the comments and I'm going to make it. Let's talk about daily, weekly and monthly goals that I've set myself for 2026 to keep me consistent past January. So my daily micro habits are going to include getting in my steps, drinking enough water, be 2 litres of water, and it's going to be 12,000 steps a day. Eating whole foods with every meal, focusing on my high protein diet. I want to make this really clear that these might seem like really ambitious goals. For me personally, these are things I can realistically stick to because I've done a lot of this for a long time. The environment I work in is very much like that. I work in a gym, so I'm constantly surrounded by people who are already doing those things, and I am on my feet pretty much all day, so things like the steps and the water would be really easy for me to get in. If you do want to do the same things, I would say even just tweak the goal. So instead of it being 12,000 steps a day, it's 5,000 steps a day, and instead of have whole foods with every meal, it's having whole foods for dinner every day. Other thing I really want to do is I want to drink water before my morning coffee, because I do not do that. I used to be really good with water, and then now that I'm looking at my water, I'm like, I really want to intentionally get up, have a glass of water, and then have my morning coffee. It's better for hydration, it's going to make me feel more alert, sets the tone for the day, and it's going to keep me drinking more water throughout. Going back to the quarterly planning, this fits in really well because any micro habits that you feel you're not being able to stick to, you can adjust really quickly rather than trying to stick it out for the whole year. You can trial it for 3 months, and then if there's a habit that you just can't consistently stick to, you can swap it out for something, or you can change the goal. Weekly habits I'm going to be implementing going into 2026. A weekly reset, ideally on a Sunday, but I'm not going to say a Sunday, I'm just going to say a weekly reset, and whatever day that falls on, it falls on. And that's going to be where I'm cleaning my room, I'm cleaning my bathroom, I'm prepping my food, journaling, and I'm aura cleansing. Journaling is something I used to have as a daily habit, and I just couldn't stick to it. It started to make me feel like a failure, so I've moved it to weekly, and then if I end up doing it more than once a week, then that's a bonus. Another thing I want to do weekly is take up a new hobby that's outside of the gym, because my whole life is pretty much in the gym. I run my business in the gym, I train in the gym, most of my friends are in the gym, so I want to take away from that just a little bit. So I'm going to start pole dancing. I went to one class in December and I actually loved it. So I'm going to book a block set of sessions that's going to force me to go, and I'm going to try it, and then if I still love it after the 10 sessions, I'll continue it. But it's just something I want to try. It's something I've never done before, a new skill. It's out my comfort zone. We're going to move on to monthly habits, workout program updates, food revisions, progress updates, making sure that my book is up to date. If I finish my book, I've got another book ready to go so that I'm constantly reading something. So these are things I definitely don't do enough of, but once a month seems adequate to me. It doesn't seem like too much pressure or commitment, and I realistically think I could stick to that. Last thing I really want to do on a monthly basis, which is completely new to me, and I can't lie, I'm a little bit scared, is I want to start doing solo dates. And I see people do this online, and I've thought about it for a long time. I've come out of my relationship, I have nothing to lose. I want to start taking myself on a date once a month. Why should I wait for a man to take me out when I can take myself out? I want to make another entire video on this topic because I feel like there is just so much I could talk about, and it's something that a lot of other people could benefit from. You girls out here who are waiting for men to take you out, go on solo dates, do it with me, let's do it together. Yeah, I want to make a video on this concept and talk about where I'm planning to go, how I'm going to deal with the anxiety of feeling like I'm judged going out alone. If you would like to see this, let me know in the comments and I will make a video on it. I hope this has made you feel more hopeful about 2026. There are things you can do to stay consistent and realise that your goals are actually achievable. I definitely feel a lot more motivated and ready for 2026. This is the 1st of January and I feel like this is going to be a really good year. If you liked this video, I would be so grateful for your support. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, tell me what you would like to see next. I am really excited about getting this channel properly up and running. That's one of my main goals for this year. So for you guys to join the community and help me would literally mean the world to me. My next video, I'm going to be talking you through starting the gym, stepping into your gym girl era, all the mistakes that I made so that you don't have to, and you can feel really confident starting the gym this year and then maintaining it. So you should check that out next. Love you, and I will see you there.